What's going on, y'all?
What's going on? Hey.
Okay, Fat Albert. My name's Tamara.
I'm Tay, man.
And you're watching Southern Reality
TV.
Okay. So, today we're going to lay out the celebrities. We're going to talk real.
Keep it 100. You know that's how I like it.
We're going to give them a break for a little while. And we're going to talk about these deadbeat fathers.
Yeah.
Now, why do men feel just because they, skeet some nuts into a woman and the woman produces a baby, that they can then say that they are fathers? Being a father, I'm not a father, of course, but being a father entails going to somewhere and making some type of funds for your child, feeding your child, making sure your child has shelter, making sure they have clothes on their back, food on their shoes, being there emotionally when they start school, what all the different stages of life that they go through, not because you had sex with a woman. What do you think?
Well, you was all over the place, so
I really was.
So I don't know if you were talking on
That's just me.
Based off personal experience.
Well, personally.
I thought it was to me.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But hey, like I said, men, to make a man out of you, you don't necessarily have to father any children or anything. What makes you a father or a man is being there physically, pretty much as in being there emotionally. Also comes along with financially. That's where the support system come in at. I'm sorry that I was always fortunate enough to have both of my parents in my life. But after losing my mom at an early time of my life, back when I was 12 years old, back in '96, hey, my father took over the role of being the mother and the father. And I commend my father, Mr. Harrigan, with big ups on that, y'all. Because
shout out to Mr. Girl!
At first, we had some hard times with that because me and my father and me and my older brother, we didn't always look eye to eye with my father like that. But hey, we did. We managed it, and as we got older and started having children for ourselves and actually helping raise nieces and nephews and stuff like that, sticking in and filling the places of my sisters, them, baby daddies and stuff like that, you sooner or later understand. Yeah, you sooner or later realize what makes a man and a father out of you, because it's hard work. And I probably see why someone run away, but don't run away of your responsibility when you actually took the.
But then that shows who's really built for and who's not, because I know a lot of men do run away because they can't handle the
pressure.
The pressure, a lot of men run away because they can't financially be there for the children or for that woman, and whatever may go. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's very hard to be a man, but at the same time, that's what makes you a man.
I can see it now, because it's not really hard to be a man. I think it's always hard to be a woman, to be honest.
Well, okay.
Let's not make it a consensus thing.
Honey, let's not get that.
I'm just saying. Period. It's just that some men are conniving and selfish when it comes to the point. Exactly. When it comes to the point of being a father, because no man is really broke. Even the homeless man that's out there in the street not broke. The bitch know how to get out there and make it.
Scratch offs and everything, honey.
They know how to hustle up some nickels and dimes and get them dollars and get them fives and get them 10s and the 20. They about their bills. But I'm saying, if you can go out there and buy yourself a pair of shoes or get you a new cut or a new fit, you know what I'm saying? Why can't you just throw a couple of change to your girl? And if she's not your girl and you don't want to do that for her, why can't you just go and purchase the item that your child may need or want in the future? You know what I'm saying? That will actually be a big call, because it coming down to dealing with going back and listen to my sister, them, and their little situation, what they go through. Because sometimes I just sit there and watch them and let them talk, because sometimes you got to get a point of view from the woman to just see where they at.
Yeah, because they're the ones that's going through the struggle. Women go through the struggle, honey. Yeah, man, they go out and they work and they do that, but the women bear all of the burden and all of the pressure. That's what I feel. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't have my father, and when I first met my father, it was a bunch of BS. And I don't really want to go into detail about it, but it was just BS. He wasn't rude or disrespectful anyway, but he was it was surprised. His reaction surprised me because it was so nonchalant. Like we had a relationship, and I met this man when I was 16 years old. So I'm not sure if it affected me now, if it affects me now or not. I'm not sure, but it's hard when you feel like the people that's supposed to care about you don't care about you. It's hard. And I feel personally like in my personal situation, not only with my father, but with my oldest son's father, it's like, okay, you don't just decide. You don't get to just choose when you want to be a father.
Right.
You don't get to choose when, you feel like, okay, now I can take care of my child. Or, now I'm mature enough to be a dad. No. When that woman say, my test was positive, that's when you gotta say, okay, look, what do I have to do? Yeah, child, when you see that test and it's positive, when you are a woman, whether you're young or old, and you're not financially and you're not mentally and emotionally ready for a child.
Damn.
It is like that. You see that test, you be like, God damn. Hey.
You sure you switch my test around?
Okay, what the hell am I doing that? And it's like, when you find out that your man cheating on you or something like that. No, because you can't turn it back. Yeah, you can get an abortion and things like that, but you still have to go through that struggle. That's a hard thing when you're not ready to be a mother and you find out you got to be a mother. But we going off subject, but he I don't want to call names or whatever, but it upsets me that men get to come in and out. Well, the ones that want to be men get to come in and out whenever they feel the need. That's not right. If you're going to be a dad, then be a dad. If you want to do your thing and party and live your life, then go live your life. Don't come in and out of your children's lives.
Right, because that actually can traumatize a child, like mentally.
And it may not even come out as when they're younger, but it may come out when they get older.
Yeah, as they get older, but you always see signs as they grow and everything. That's why I try to be that. I'm not trying to be my sister's them kids' father or whatever, but I am going to be that uncle that they can always come to when they need a man figure in their life, or they can always go to their grandfather or their other grandfather on their dad's side, which they actually part of their kids' lives and stuff like that.
They have somebody to.
They have other men in their lives to actually help them, but I understand it because it's crucial for men to be a part of their kids' life because they benefit them in so many ways. It helps them with education-wise, and it helps them to know how to deal with life. And it's hard to be a black man out here in this world when you have to stand on your own 2 feet. It's a struggle. It's hard out there. And like God doesn't, I don't respect no guy, no man out there who father children and they don't know how to actually be there. But you got a mouthful. You got a bag of shit that you want to throw out your mouth to a female that carry your baby and took care of them. Tell her what she can't do, what she can do, and what she going to do. It's not gonna work like that. That's why I check every nigga that comes across in my sister incorrect. That's the worst thing you want to ever do, come across my sister. And I commend both of my sisters standing on their ground and out there hustling, doing what they got to do. They ain't selling no little pussy or none of that. They ain't doing none of that type of stuff. But we just saying, oh child, you doing shit. You been messing up. But I'm glad my sisters don't do all that. They out there finishing up education, like furthering their education, and also working, kids in school. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it. That's why I keep them on their grind, let them know, hey, it's hard time out there, and they can always, like I sit there, sometimes take my nephew them out so they can see that they can be better than their father, whether they know them or not know them. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to. It starts from home. You don't. Cause it's multiple women out here who raise kids on their own, and they make it happen. Some of them in jail, some of them dead and gone, but they tried their best. But you did. But I understand that you need that extra hand and that extra boost to actually help you get them through. Because a man is a big impact. He can really impact a child further than a mother can. A mother's there really for
with a
nurture.
boy.
They more.
Well, yeah, nurturing.
A mother is only really there for both gender, male and female.
To nurture them.
To just nurture them.
Okay.
But actually to build them and grow, to help them grow and understand discipline structure. That's where a man part come into.
Well, I mean, women can do that too, but women are more.
And a boy will actually challenge her on that authority.
Okay, because women are more emotional creatures.
Right.
That's why, and so we make a lot of decisions based on our emotions, rather than thinking logically.
My point is that.
And that's why we single moms.
My point exactly. That's why we need men around to actually help develop their kid for the real world. Because a man gonna give it to you how the real world would deliver it to you. He ain't gonna bite his tongue. He ain't gonna hold back. He ain't gonna show no emotion, because that's what the world delivered to us and give to us.
A real man.
A man will actually teach his girl, get her ready for the game. The guy go spit at her and make her drop her drawers at one set of hour. Yes, it don't take a couple of hours or a couple of minutes. I know. Trust me. I have my time to share.
Whatever. Don't be trashy. Be classy.
I ain't throwing no name out there, but I'm just saying, hell, it is what it is. A man plays a big role in children's life nowadays. Whether you overseas in the states of the United States, whatever, a man plays a big role in his children's life.
That's true. Yeah, that's I can feel. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because maybe if I had my father in my life, a positive role model in my life, maybe I wouldn't have, made some of the decisions that I made when I was younger. But that's why I say I'm not sure if it affects me or not. I'm not sure because to me, right now, today, sitting right here, I do not care. I do not care that my father was not a part of my life, because I had a lot of.
You had a lot of support.
Yeah, I had a lot of support.
And they were all women. But
yeah, they were all women.
You still had. It's something.
I don't know how to. I can't admit that I don't know how to. I don't know how to
approach a man's spot.
No, I don't know how to. You know what your standards are. You know what you. By now, I know what I like and what I don't like. But when I was younger and a teenager, I didn't know what to expect out of a man. I did not know what to basically take and what not to take. And a lot of women can admit it. They may not admit it, but they can admit that when you don't have your father in your life, you basically deal with anything. You will deal with anything. You will take anything in your circle, just about. And then as you grow, just because that man is showing you attention, and then as you grow and you become mature and you go through experiences, then you figure out, you find your own way. But when you first started, you don't know what a man should do, a man shouldn't do. You don't know how a man should treat a woman. You don't know those type of relationships if you don't have your father, you don't have men in your life that are showing you good, positive relationships. Because in my family, I don't have a lot of men. We don't have a lot of men. We don't have a lot of. I only have. Well, just recently within the last 3 years, people begin to get married. Like my mom got married, my aunt got married. Well, 4 years. I don't know how long I want to be married for a long time, but
I want to be married probably I think like 6 or 7 years.
Dang, I don't know.
6 or 7 years.
I don't know, but
fresh out of high school, fresh out of high school.
Well, yeah, we really was, and it was
I've been
but it was right after Ashton. It's probably been like 4 years. But before then, I did not have.
You wasn't even one yet.
He was one, but he's about to be 6 now. Child,
like I said, 6 years.
Like I was saying, we didn't have a lot of men in our life. Like I can only think of maybe one good, what I thought was a good, positive relationship.
Dolphin.
No, I'm talking about in my whole family, not just my immediate family. No, I ain't even talking about. I'm talking about my uncle. That was the only relationship that I saw that was a man and a woman, and they lived together, and they supported each other, and they raised their kids together. That was the only thing. So I never had. I saw my mom date. She did, once was married, but it was so much that went on with that. I never really saw a positive man. I never really saw a real man that's supposed to take care of his family, and that's gonna be there, and that's gonna be down for the count no matter what.
I told you, keep it 100. You don't necessarily have to be always in the same household with the mother or with your baby mother or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you physically there whenever she need you or whenever your child necessarily needs you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if you just boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever.
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah.